and tell me what pleasure do you get from reading books? Timer? Timer, could you please explain your role and tell us what pleasure do you get from reading books?
Good evening, one and all. My name is Achal Yadav, and I'm working as a VP membership in NVezion Toastmasters Club. I'm staying in Bangalore, and my role today is as a timer. So, like as a timer, my role is to remind speakers on how much time they spent on their speech and how much time they have before they should finish their speeches. I will actually I have some issues with my system. So when I'm opening the PPT and all, it is getting hanged. So I'll try to show the green card when the speech is long enough according to their projects. Yellow card will be raised when they should be aware of their time is up, and red card when the suggested time is finished. There will be a 30-second buffer time after the red card when I'll continue to hold the red card up. And I'll tell you about the timings. For the prepared speakers, there is a time slot for 5 to 7 minutes, and they will get 30-second buffer time as well. And for their evaluators, there will be a time frame of 2 to 3 minutes. For table topics, it will be 1 to 2 minutes, and 30-second buffer time is for all. That is it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I've had this book for a very long time, so it really proves my point that books stay with you forever. They have patience, they help you understand, they comfort you when you need to read something like comedy or entertainment or little adventure. They'll stay with you for a very, very long time. Now, another teammate who will help me is our counter. To the counter reading is like inspired by any topic which have links towards the development of society. Counter, could you please explain your objectives?
Can you just give me the access to the screen sharing?
Access is there for everyone.
Okay.
Anyone can share this.
Okay. Hello, good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Deepak Singh, and today I will play the role of our counter. And as a role of our counter, my work will be to observe and note the all catch words which are filler words. And during the meeting of this, the speakers, and these are the words which tend to break the conversation whenever we speak. And at the end of the meeting, I'll submit the report to the general evaluator. Thank you very much, and over to you.
Thank you. I'd like to share my screen again. Could you please stop share screen so I can share mine? Okay. Who here have heard dogs are men's best friend? Who here heard of that? Okay, you know what's women's best friend? You know what are women's best friend? Chocolate. But a true friend, that there is no friend as loyal as a book. Dogs can be a man's best friend. Chocolate can be women's best friend. It's my best friend too. But books are everyone's best friend. You will never find as loyal as book. Help me welcome my other teammate, the grammarian who can that who told me that books transform to a word away from reality. Sometimes bring you joy, break heart, inspire, leave thoughtfulness, and touch hearts. Could you please explain your role, grammarian?
Thank you so much. A very good evening to the fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, I've taken up the role of grammarian today, and it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language as well as any outstanding words or quotes or phrases used. Techmaster, can I please request you to share the screen with the word of the day, please? Okay, so the word of the day, keeping the theme in the mind, is prolific. It is an adjective, and though there are three distinct, different meanings of prolific, I'm sharing one of the meanings, keeping the theme of the day in mind. So the definition of prolific, according to Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, is producing a great number or amount of something. And the first known use of prolific was in 1650 as a French word, prolifique. Now, similar sounding words or the synonyms are plentiful, abundant, or generously. And this is how you can use it in your speech today. Bookworms are invariably prolific readers. He was probably the most prolific songwriter of his generation. Or it can also be used as few composers can match his prolific output. Now, quite interestingly, unlike many adjectives that can be turned into noun, prolific is one word which cannot be used to create a noun. It was a very interesting fact that I wanted to share about this word. Because the theme of the day is bookworm, I have taken the liberty of introducing the idiom of the day, which is do something by the book or go by the book, which means to do something exactly as the rules tell you. This is how you can use it in a sentence. Her lawyer was very careful and did everything by the book. The most successful officers are not those who always go by the book, but use their initiative. So going by the book at Toastmasters Club, you are requested to use prolific use of the word and idiom of the day in your speeches, and I will count, how often have you used these, the word or the idiom of the day. I will provide my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Aseel.
Thank you, grammarian. Last thing I want to mention, when you open a book and read, just like everyone told me here, to all the role players told me, takes you into another world. When you read about fictional or stories, or you want to read about all around the world or history, it takes you in another place. Helps with imagination. And I admit I have a really great imagination. My last role player who will help me throughout the meeting is the general evaluator. Please explain your objectives and tell me what pleasure do you gain from reading books?
Thank you, Toastmaster Aseel, for inviting me on the stage. Hello, everyone. I am Devansh. I am the general evaluator of this meeting. The pleasure that I gain out of books is experiences and the stories that I might not be able to get by talking to people or networking, because books are one of the best resources at our hands, at our disposal, right? That is one thing that I do believe that books provide, and it's pretty good. Thank you for this. Thank you for taking this amazing theme today, Toastmaster C. Now, as a general evaluator of the meeting, my role is to evaluate the meeting from beginning till the end. I'll be keeping a good eye towards everything that happens in the meeting, from the presiding officer to sergeant at arms to TMOD, till the speeches and the feedbacks, and even my tag team timer our counter Barbarian, the speakers and the evaluators. I'll be taking a good look at everyone's performance, and by the end of it, with the help of my role players, my tag team, I will present my report with the feedback, the ways that you all can improve, the things that you have done well in this meeting. I'm really looking forward to this amazing meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Aseel.
Okay, thank you. Before I continue, who here noticed that I picked up books related to science? As many of you guessed, I enjoy reading about science, especially astronomy. And like I said in the beginning, Miki, I really love reading Miki and history sometimes, but the most things I like to read is Miki and science. We have 3 segments we're going to go throughout: the prepared speeches, the table topic, and evaluation. And if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a fun session, right, President?
Hello? Yes. What were you saying?
Yes.
What was your question? What was your question?
No, I was just checking that there's a fun session, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, before we start with the first segment, can I ask your daughter what pleasure does she get from reading books?
All right. You can go ahead and ask. Fatima.
Little
I think
cutie.
Hello, Fatima.
Fatima, little cutie. What pleasure do you get from reading books?
I think she's away from me.
Yeah, I hope I did not embarrass her. Hope I didn't embarrass her or anything. She can tell us later. Let's start with the first segment. Let us start off with our first speaker, Toastmaster Smita, who told me that stories and books serve as a time machine. It does serve as a time machine if you read about history. She'll talk about 5 to 7 minutes. Evaluator, could you please tell us what is your target speaker's objective?
Thank you, Toastmaster Aseel. Today, I would be evaluating Toastmaster Smita's speech, who is delivering her second speech of her level 1, which is evaluation and feedback. And out of this level, evaluation feedback, it is broken into 3 segments, 3 speeches. Toastmaster Smita is going to deliver her first speech out of the 3. The project objectives requires for the member to deliver a speech, receive feedback, and then implement that feedback onto the second speech. This speech, which Toastmaster Smita is going to deliver today, is for her just to deliver a speech of 5 to 7 minutes and receive feedback from the evaluator. Timer again, 5 to 7 minutes is the speech time. Toastmaster Smita, all the very best. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. Her title is The Sweetest Gift. The sweetest gift, the screen is yours.
Before we start, can we ask the timer if he is good to go? And
Yeah, I'm trying. I'll try to show the screen in all possible ways.
can we just see how you are going to see so that the speaker is clearly understand?
Yeah, just a minute. I'll show.
Hey,
just a minute. Just a minute. I have all things. Okay.
Or Achal, I'll display the cue card. You just note down the timings.
Okay, so you're ready, President?
There is some issues here. Still, I'm getting.
It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Just note down the timing, and I will display the cue cards.
And I'm trying to make it in a full screen. No, it is getting hanged. I don't know why
okay,
it is
okay. Don't bother. Don't bother. It's okay. Just note down the timing. I'll display the cue card.
Okay, fine.
Smita ma'am, you can go ahead. Good
Thank
to
you.
go.
Thank you.
Okay, Toastmaster Smita, the screen is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests present on this very special day of mine. Before I begin, am I completely audible or do I need to wear headphones? Okay, wonderful. So thank you so much. The reason I thank you, you will understand through the course of my speech. My speech today is addressed to my son, Smayan. It's a letter from me to him. Kolkata, 4th of July, 2021. Sweetheart, Smayan, 18. 18 long years or 18 short ones. And then the mathematical calculation behind it. 18 into 12 months, 18 into 52 weeks, 18 into 365 days, 18 into 365 into 24 days. What? That will be hours, right? Or that will be days. The mathematics behind it is so huge. You keep on multiplying it with 60, you get number of minutes, and then further a huge number when you again multiply it by 60 to get that unimaginable actually number, that huge number of seconds. But all that humongous number is still an iota compared to the countless moments, lovely memories that have captured my heart and are here to stay forever. Today, on this day, 4th of July, 2003, I metamorphosed from a daughter and a wife into a mother. You came into our lives and I was never the same again. Did I say same? I also meant sane. I was neither sane nor sane again. Well, Cupid arrow struck when I looked at your tiny face for the first time. You were so small, your hands barely a little more than a digit of my finger. Oh, my baby you were. And you came with a bang. The way you bang the doors and you enter the house, just the same way. Let me take you all back in time, 18 years to be precise. Date, 3rd of July, 2003. Time somewhere around 10 in the morning. Place, gynecologist clinic, Jabalpur. I had gone for my checkup as Smayan was due to come on the 10th of July, 2003. After checking me, my gynecologist laughed. Looks like your baby has no intention of coming out. He hasn't turned yet. And a pensive day was spent wondering what is to be done. As we got up, the entire household, in fact, as we got up the next day, 4th of July, the date, when America got up to celebrate its Independence Day, I too woke up slowly. But you decided to do something else. What did you do? As I got up slowly from the bed, and I had barely walked a few steps away from the bed, splash! And there was a gallon of water on the floor. Apparently, my water bag had burst. You decided to come before time. What was I to do? The whole house was in a frenzy as if Sleeping Beauty had got up from slumber. Well, all's well that ends well. And all I can remember from that day is, and that too in a half-conscious state, as you were a C-section baby. And well, my life has been completely changed. I don't mean to embarrass you, but yes, I would like to tell you this very thing, that as the days passed by, I finally realized the deeper meaning of the sentence that you got to be a mother to understand another. Why do I say that? Because I started sympathizing and empathizing with Yashoda. Yes, Kanaiya's mom. Poor lady, all that she went through. I can finally understand. To be truthful, every day wasn't that Bollywood love-filled, all happy, motherly, love overflowing kinds. It was only after the input, output, input, output, input, output, input, output process began in its real gusto that you realize the meteorite that had hit you. Oh, it was totally insane. Sleep, shower, smile, shine, silence. Everything had become a distant dream, and all that was left were screams. Ah, even zombies would have looked better. My sweetheart, this is just pulling your leg. For I really want to tell you that I'm so glad that you've decided to come into my life. It has been a wonderful journey. I'm not a perfect mother. Definitely, I'm not. But you, the kind of love and affection that you have given me, you've helped me grow as a mother. You've helped me grow as a person. Oh, when you decide to hold my hand when others are willingly giving theirs, when you plant a kiss only on my cheeks with others waiting in line, when you decide to sleep only in my arms, I reveled in my love. I reveled in your love, actually, for me. It was such a beautiful experience. And now that you embark on this journey of adulthood, you're 18 today, I have to tell you that life is not a bed of roses. And there will be days when the sun won't shine. But I want you to remember to count your days in smiles and not in tears. I wanted to get you a beautiful gift, the best gift that you could receive for your birthday, but I couldn't find any. You know why? Because the sweetest gift is you. Thank you so much, my darling. Lovingly yours, Mom. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
That was a really beautiful story. I had a feeling that you would definitely talk about the sweetest gift. I really wish that one day I'd become a mother like you one day.
Thank you.
Okay. Timer, could you give us 1 minute to send feedback to Toastmaster Smita?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Yeah, please come again.
Just 1 minute to give feedback to the speaker.
Time taken by her is okay. 7 minutes 90.
You can tell us the report when it's time to vote for the best speaker.
Okay.
Just give us 1 minute.
Okay.
Time's up. Time's up. Before I continue, I did not mention what did the first speaker tell me about reading. He told me not much of a reader, but enjoys fictional and autobiographical books. Now let's move on to our second speaker, Toastmaster Valley. Also not much of a reader, but enjoys the bygone era. And I know that that she will enjoy this reading Toastmaster here in the meeting. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Beak Ray, who considers book as a companion and enjoys interacting with it as a friend. Could you please explain your target speaker's objective?
Good evening, everybody. The lady who will be speaking now hails from Dehradun. She is married to a tea planter. She has been a Toastmaster since August 2020 and is pursuing the pathway presentation mastery. She is a prolific speaker and has received more than 50 accolades, including the Come September Award, the Triple Crown Award, and the Platinum Smedley Award. The purpose of her project is for her to learn and review basic research methods and pre-organize well-researched speech on any topic. The timing for her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish you the very best of luck. Toastmaster Shefali Gupta with abuse. Toastmaster Shefali Gupta.
Do I wait for the timer screen?
Yeah, but first, could you tell us what your title is? You haven't told me yet.
I said she's coming on with abuse.
Ah.
The title of her speech is abuse.
I didn't know that. And my apologies. The screen is yours.
Rahul, from a renowned family, a school topper, studying in the top university of the capital city, aced in all the fields he chose. He was selected by almost every company during the college placements and achieved the highest scores. Yet, he failed his medical test. Would you be able to tell me why? It was drugs, which had taken over the better of him due to the peer pressure. A very good evening, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. When a person uses potentially dangerous or mood-altering substance in a frequent and often overindulgent and prolific pattern, it is called substance use. These substances include prescribed and non-prescribed drugs, alcohol, and even tobacco. Teen substance abuse is an ongoing problem that can have long-term negative effects on the present and the future of the person who is using the drugs. At the same time, most teens will come into contact with drugs, alcohol, or maybe even both. While some may never try them, others may find themselves trying and eventually using drugs as a result of peer pressure, stress, or just any other mental reason. When faced with the decisions of using drugs or steering clear of them, knowing how to avoid that temptation and pressure to do is the actual key. Well, this is easier said than done. However, the teen years are the most difficult even before drugs or alcohol enter the picture. Often this difficulty comes from one's peer as there is stress to behave in a certain way, look a certain way, or to fit in a certain society. Confidence and self-esteem will play a huge role in drug and alcohol prevention. In February this year, the government of India came out with a major report on the extent pattern of the trend of drug use in the country. It was submitted by the National Drug Dependence Treatment Center, that is the NDDTC, called The Magnitude of Substance Use in India. The report was one such after a long gap of a decade. Let's have a look at some of the major findings. Approximately 2.6 crore people in India have used these drugs. More than 60 lakh people in India suffer from substance abuse disorders. Approximately 1.18 crore people use sedatives and inhalants. 4.6 lakh children and 18 lakh adults need help as a result of inhalant use. Over 8.5 lakh people inject drugs into themselves and are addicted. Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh, 1 lakh. Punjab, 88,000. Delhi, 86,000. Tops the numbers. About 14.6% of the total population of India, which is a phenomenal 16 crore people, are users of alcohol. Nearly 6 crores people suffer or need help because of harmful and dependent alcohol use. That is 1 in every 3 alcohol users. Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat contribute to more than half the people who are suffering from substance use. Although addiction is a very serious health problem faced by young adults, it is a condition that remains severely undertreated. In 2020, only 5,47,000 approximately from a 5.1 million young adults suffering from substance disorder received any form of treatment. Parents may avoid the subject of substance abuse if they are not sure what to say. According to a Department of Health, 31% of teenagers actually learn from their parents about the dangers of drug abuse. So what are the primary ways to help your child say no to drugs? Though you may not realize your behavior impacts your child no more than you know. If you take a light-hearted approach about stories involving you, or your child might think that he or she should follow suit. So to go by the book, this is what we could do. Be a good listener. Make sure your child feels comfortable bringing problems and questions to you. Be available to discuss sensitive subjects. Be a good role model. Be straight on tough topics. Be media savvy. Be helpful. And please be aware. Like Mahatma Gandhi once said, strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. So let's have the will to bring the change. Let's be available. Let's be aware. And let's talk openly about it. Believe me, keeping silent is more abusive than the abuse of drugs. Over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Wow, what a very interesting topic we all should be aware of. Thank you so much. Let's have, can we have 1 minute to send our speaker feedback? Timer, has the minute been up yet? Okay. You guys did a very good job. You guys did a very good job. I really enjoyed your speeches, both of you. A really good job. I just we were supposed to have voting for best speaker, but I just got a report from the timer. One of them did not qualify. They passed the timing. So there won't be any voting for best we won't be voting for best speaker. Shall we move on to the next segment? Okay. Shall we move on to the next segment, President?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, our next segment where everyone can participate, even the guests, even your daughter can participate, President, if she wants. It's table topics. Who will help? Who will go us? Who will work in this table topic? Let me first introduce our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Shubham. Could you please explain your role here? Toastmaster Shubham, the table topic evaluator. Explain your objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aseel. Good evening, all. My role as a table topic evaluator would be to evaluate all the speakers, our guests, as well as our Toastmaster on the basis of the speech which they would be delivering in terms of what was the good part of the speech and what was the bad and what can be improved. And I will share my meeting report by the end of the meeting when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Who considers book as food to her thought and water to her imagination. I really liked your reply. Now let me hand over the screen to the table topic master who considers book as powerful knowledge and gives you experience. Help me welcome table topic master Toastmaster Sunil. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Sunil and I am the table topic master for the day. I welcome you all to this exciting, fun-filled, most interesting and prolific session of Toastmasters meeting, the table topics session. The purpose of table topics is to have members practice impromptu speech, which would also help them throughout their work career. Table topics are fairly short. A table topic presentation should last from 1 to 2 minutes. Today, I would not like to go by the book as I would do something different to break the monotony. To make the table topic session more interesting, I have with me a wheel of fortune. This gigantic wheel shall indicate who's going to get a chance to speak. As per the rules, the table topics given to the members cannot be changed, while the guests have the privilege and can request to change the topic one time. I shall speak out the topic and the same shall not be displayed or mentioned in the chat box. Now let's begin today's table topic session. I'll be sharing my screen. And my screen is visible, right? Okay, here we go. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Pam. Toastmaster Pam, are you there?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Toastmasters Pam, your topic is related with the book Furiously Happy. Your topic for today is Furiously Happy.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Furiously happy with the book, definitely. A book is my best friend, and wherever I go, it comes along with me. So why will I not be happy with my book? A furiously happy person with a happy book. Why not? Wherever I go, this book fits into my handbag, it fits into my luggage, suitcase. I can carry it in my hand. So I'm a happy bunny when I have this furiously happy book in my hand. Books, for me, in fact, give me such joy and pleasure. You're never alone when you have a book in hand. Like to share a little incident. We've just shifted into a new place and we don't have the internet connection. Because, plus, we're working just on our 4G on our phones at the moment. But I love to read for those couple of hours in the afternoon or the evening. So, it is a joy to have a book. A book is your best friend, like other Toastmasters have also said. So I am actually very, very, very happy with the book. So that's a very happy bunny, and that's me. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Well done. Can we have a round of applause for Toastmasters Pam? What a speech. Now I'll be sharing my screen once again. Yes. We'll go for the next. Let's see who gets lucky this time. It's Toastmaster Smita. Toastmaster Smita, your topic for the day is the Happiness Project. Toastmaster Smita, the Happiness Project.
Well, I think I just completed my happiness project and I have you all to thank for it. I planned a surprise for my son. It is his 18th birthday today and I wanted to do something special for him. It being locked down, we couldn't go out to get any gift. We couldn't go out to celebrate the way we would have done otherwise. And I wanted to do something special for him. Then came the idea of helping it be made special for him through something that I would love to write for him. Of how I have felt all this time, because it is not always that I show him so much of love and affection, or I'm able to express my affection for him. Most of the time it is, don't do this, don't do that, don't scream, don't shout, don't jump, don't break. This is what happens most of the time. But today is his 18th birthday, and today he embarks on his journey of adulthood. And I really wanted to make it special for him. So that is why I asked for a speech slot today. And luckily, I kept my fingers crossed. I didn't get one in the morning today, so I applied for one in the evening. And luckily I got one, and I planned the surprise for him, made him log in through another system, spoke something for him. And my happiness project is complete. Thank you so much. In fact, I really, really have everyone to thank. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. That was a nice take on the topic, and I could see the emotions, and we wish all the best to your son, as today he's turned 18. Thank you so much. Right. Now, moving on to the next topic, I'll share my screen once again. So let's have one more spin on the wheel. Let's see who's the lucky next. Toastmaster Anurag Srivastav. Toastmaster Anurag, your topic is sorrow and bliss. Sorrow and bliss, Toastmaster Anurag.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Sorrow and bliss, both are part of our lives, and in fact, in our life, we go through both of these. But we all want to be blessed and do not want any sorrow in our life. So, what we can do to achieve that? So, first of all, it is said that what you spread, that comes back to you. So in that case, if you spread love, if you spread happiness to others, if you help others, then definitely it may come back to you and it will make you happier. And if you have some negative thoughts, negative feelings, and are envious of others or don't think good of others, so these things may come back to you. So to make ourselves happy, we must choose that path that brings happiness to us, and for that we must always be ready to help others, to do good with others, and that's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag. That was a wonderful take on the topic. Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Anurag, please? Next, I'll be sharing my screen once again to see who is the next lucky one. Here we go. It's Toastmaster Gunit Anand. So Toastmaster Gunit, your topic is how to win friends and influence people. How to win friends and influence people, Toastmaster Gunit.
Thank you so much for the topic. I think I really need this in my life. In fact, I had an icebreaker speech yesterday telling how solitude has been my friend all the entire life. And the reason is that I was a very sick child, because of which I could not go out and play, skip, run, jump, and whatever the usual childhood entails. I was bound on a sick bed, and because of that, books became my best friends. I became a prolific reader, and going by the books of what the doctor said, I adhered, or in fact my parents made me adhere to all the do's and don'ts of what I was supposed to do. And because of that, majorly, I don't have friends, and till date I think it has become so much a part of my genes. It has become my DNA, in fact, that it is not easy for me to open up to people and make friends or influence them at all. I'm still struggling at this age to be more open, to strike conversations. I think to make friends, I think that is the first step, to strike a conversation with the other person. And I can count my friends on my fingers, but they say that there's a learning experience every day. I'm learning, I'm struggling, but maybe one day in the next table topic, I'll be able to justify this topic, how to make friends and influence people. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gunit. That was a wonderful take on the topic. And can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Gunit? And Toastmaster Gunit, you see, you have 20 people to make friendship with on the screen, right? You can have friendship with everybody. So going on to the next topic, I'll have the screen sharing once again. Here we go. So Toastmaster Shubham Gupta. Toastmaster Shubham Gupta, your topic is the power of habit. The power of habit, Toastmaster Shubham Gupta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil, for that amazing topic. I had recently read a book, The Power, the 7 effects, the 7 highly 7 habits of highly effective people, of Stephen Conway, and he is so very easily articulated that how you can actually develop small habits and make sure that you can win your morning. The mornings are powerful, engaging, and how you can make sure that you utilize your morning starting from 5 a.m. till 8 a.m. and make sure your day goes well. So what I have delivered, deciphered from my learnings from those books is to make sure that I value each and every minute of my morning hours and make sure I do change and transform my day accordingly. Whatever planning I do in the morning, I utilize it. So that is one habit which I want to continuously practice and make sure that I get habituated with it. And the second habit which I would like to make sure that I can inculcate easily is the power of making sure that I meditate every day, because it keeps my mind to a calmness level. And that's all my take on the topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. That was a wonderful take on the topic. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Shubham? Well, the path you're going through is, I mean, it'll take you way ahead. The meditation and all those things you're doing, it'll take you way ahead. Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Timer, do we have a time for the next topic? One more topic? Can we have one more topic?
Yes, go ahead with one more topic.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll share my screen once again. Here we go. I think, no, it's taken. Toastmaster Shefali Gupta. Your topic for today is Together is Better. Together is Better, Toastmaster Shefali Gupta. Toastmaster Shefali, do we have you? Okay, I'll move on with the next. Okay,
Yes, I'm
yeah.
Sorry.
Your topic is Together is Better. Together is Better, Toastmaster Shefali.
Well, I started learning at a very young age in school that it is all about being in a team. And more than being in a good team, it is always good to be a good team player myself. I learned from the moral science lessons from the Irish brothers who served in the school that it is always a good idea, a very fair idea to be together. I grew up with this and I tried to instill this in my day-to-day life when it came to my friends and family and my grandparents, then back to my husband. And I realized life is like a circle. And this one thing of being together is always better. I know it's a book, but then this I learned in different terms with the same emotion. And today, wherever I go, I have family and friends, and I always have the strongest emotion of being together. I just believe in being together, not only with the strongest people or the richest of relatives or the best looking friends. I believe in being together with the weakest, with someone who has lost it all, with someone who needs me all the time. And I definitely believe in team because that is the only way we achieve more. So there can be nothing better than being together. Thank you.
Take on the topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Shefali. And with this, I conclude the session and thank you very much all the participants in today's table topic segment. I really enjoyed the session and I'm sure that all the members present here must have enjoyed it too. With this, I would like to hand over the stage back to our Master of Ceremonies, Madam Toastmaster Aseel Saeed. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Really great quote, and I really love the creativity that we do here in Table Topic. Maybe we should do that in my club. We did something similar. Anyway, shall we have the voting before that timer? Are all the speakers qualified?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Read out the names so we can take out a poll to vote for the best table topic speaker.
The names are on your screen. Guests and Toastmasters all are welcome to vote. Requested to vote for the best table topic speaker. %69 has been voted. 76. All right, we have the majority. We are good to go. Over to you, Toastmaster Aseel.
Only 3 more were done.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We will find out at the end of the meeting who is the best table topic speaker. Now, let us move on to our final segment.
Evaluations.
Yes. So please allow me to hand over the screen back to the general evaluator. I don't see him. Sorry, I don't see the general evaluator.
I think he has some technical issues. Let me see.
Till then, I'll do with the table topic evaluations. Don't worry, Aseel.
Yes, please do that. Yes, please do that. Screen's yours.
Thank you so much. So we had great speakers today, starting from our guest to table topic speakers. I really loved everyone's energy level. And my feedback is just on a part of your speech delivery. So pardon me if I miss on some aspects, but I will try my best to ensure all the points are covered. Starting with our first speaker, Toastmaster Pam. I felt that you are an inbuilt speaker. You are so soft spoken and you are so well read. You had a proper conclusion to your speech, and I felt that I could actually get carried away with your words while you are delivering your speech. The only thing which I felt missing in your speech was that what was your favorite book? If you could just add on to your name to it, like you said, I could carry it anywhere. So you could have carried it anywhere, but we were curious to know which book had taken your heart so desperately that we all should also read. And that's what I have for you. Our second speaker for today is Toastmaster Smita. I am mesmerized again with the usage of word and your energy level. You have great enthusiasm, and whenever I see you on the stage, I feel that you are a powerful speaker. You should be a TEDx speaker soon. And the speech which you also delivered today had actually swept my feet away. So I felt great after hearing you. So it was wonderful to have you on stage, Toastmaster Smita. The third speaker for today is Toastmaster Anurag. Your topic was sorrow and bliss. So, sir, you could have just compared, like you mentioned, that it is always good that you will spread love and love comes back to you. But I feel that if you could have thought about relating it to karma, that what you give it to back to the world comes back to you because it goes in circles. So in your speech, if you could have just mentioned an example to it, or you could have just spoken to both the side, taking it as a flip coin, it would have been a more interesting take. But yes, kudos to the job done. Your take was amazing. to the part of having it as a bliss. And I loved your energy and the enthusiasm level. Thank you so much, sir. The next speaker for today was Toastmaster Guneet. Your topic was how to win friends and influence friends. So I called you deliberately Toastmaster Guneet because you mentioned that you want to win friends and you want to make more friends. So join us, join Toastmasters. Where would you find so many friends to be with? And this is a platform which is a global platform where you can interact with many speakers across the world, and you can learn so many things about each other's culture. So this would be a great platform. And also the way you had narrated your story, that when did you started to get into books and how did you make sure that you will win friends using them. So I am mesmerized with your humility and I appreciate your take on the subject. Thank you so much, ma'am. The next speaker was me. So I felt that I was too much in a haste to deliver the two habits. I could have taken more time and could have narrated those pointers very easily. And trust me, I was not expecting me to the next speaker. So probably that's where I fumbled up with few grammatical errors. So maybe I'll work upon them in my further speeches. That's for my side. And the last speaker for today was Toastmaster Shefali. I'm not sure if you are a Toastmaster now, but I would like you also to be a Toastmaster soon, because the way you had delivered your second speech today was great. You said together is better, and you are a polished speaker and a polite speaker. I have great learnings to take away from you and your deliveries. You have a calmness in the tone which you use to deliver. Like, you are so relaxed whenever you say and whatever you say. So there is so much from you, ma'am, to learn from. And I know you're a Toastmaster. So thank you for your kind words. And looking forward to more wonderful table topics sessions from Toastmaster Sunil in future. Over to Toastmaster Seal if G is back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shabihan. Great evaluation. I saw on the screen that says that the evaluator Toastmaster Devansh was in the breakout room. Has anyone? You all got the note of that, or just me?
Yes, he's in the waiting room now.
How do we get him? How do we get him back?
No, he is
I'm
already
here.
in the meeting room.
By magic, maybe, but I'm here.
Welcome back.
My voice is clear. Still, I'm not very sure because I'm using the phone hotspot right now.
Well,
yeah, your
welcome.
voice is loud and clear.
Welcome back. Let me hand over the screen to the general evaluator. We already done the table topic evaluation, so the screen is yours, general evaluator.
Sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster, and sorry for the mishap that happened in the middle. I hope my voice is clear and I'm audible as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Now let's begin the general. Thank you so much, Toastmaster PK, for the thumbs up. Yeah. Let us begin with the evaluation segment of this meeting. Why is evaluation important? Because, as you know, we all are here to improve, to grow, right? That is one of the major reasons that we spend 120 or 90 minutes of our time on a weekend. And to begin with, let us start with the speakers, evaluators first. The first evaluator that we have here is, I cannot see him on the screen. Yes, Abhijit. Yes, Abhijit. So yeah, so sponsor Abhijit, please go ahead and deliver the evaluation of the speaker.
What is the sweetest gift that you can ever have if you are enjoying motherhood or fatherhood? Probably the birth of a child. Toastmaster Smita, what a way of starting bang on with a very strong and powerful, empathical message to the entire audience. Whether the audience members are already enjoying parenthood or whether they are about to enjoy, your entire speech of having a one-to-one conversation, a one-sided conversation from a mother to a son, was mesmerizing. Later did we realize that when you were in your speech narration and you were talking to your son, it was not a direct conversation where your son was standing right in front of you, but it was in a form of a message, probably in the form of a letter that you wrote, or in a biographical format, which you wrote in the form of that. Because at the end, you said, yours loving, Mom. That is something which really hooked the entire audience, because it had an element of personal anecdote, a personal touch. That emotions was something which was clearly evident in your speech. More than that, when you have an emotional connect, you have a lot to display. I could see those eyes, those hands which were shaking, which was moving in the form of telling people that yes, those 18 years multiplied by whatever number that probably we all can was something phenomenal. Indeed, greatly demonstrated. And third element, which I would like to say, was the voice modulation. You clearly had the highs and the lows because of the emotion that you had. You clearly demonstrated that you were emotional. You were extremely happy. You were also sad. And the compassion, the empathy that you had, these things clearly demonstrated your voice modulation. But I certainly would like to highlight two elements which I found in your speech, which probably you can improve. Number one is time management. Time management was a key, and a lot of times I did figure out that you were repeating a few things a lot many times. Something of an example, your son's age turning into 18, getting into adulthood. This was something which was continuously getting repeated. And when you were found to be emotional, a lot of times I figured out that you were moving a little more than what was required because of the excitement that you had. That is something that you can probably control a little bit. But all in all, to conclude, great personal anecdotes, good emotional connect, good voice modulation, little work on the time management and the excitement level to be increased will improve your speech a lot better. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit. Very well summed up. Your evaluation report was pretty good. Like most of the points that I have noted for Toastmaster Smita, you just mentioned them in your report. So very well done there. Now, before I give my remarks on the evaluator and the speaker first, I'd like to go ahead with the evaluator number 2, that is Toastmaster PK, for Toastmaster Shifali as a speaker. So over to you, Toastmaster PK.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, what you saw today from Toastmaster Shefali is a consummate display of the art of public speaking by somebody who is a prolific exponent of that art. She started off with a great introduction. That story of Rahul immediately brought us onto the topic, as well as told us the severity of the impact of what she was speaking about, and that is substance abuse. Her research of the topic was phenomenal. She had a whole gamut of statistics on various aspects to present to us. And she not only gave us statistics, she also told us why this happens, the peer pressure, the stress, the need to fit into a certain type of society. While we are talking about statistics, I would suggest that when you present statistics, it should not be presented only as numbers, but there should be some sort of a visual display which can give you the impact of the whole thing. And by when I say visual display, I do not mean showing histograms and pie charts in a presentation. It could also be something like, by the time I walk from Paltan Bazaar to the Indian Military Academy, it is pretty obvious to me that I have already passed by 10 houses where there are substance users. That sort of an impact will tell or give a visual impact to whatever you are telling us. The next thing is that refrain from keeping the script anywhere near you, because the moment the script is there, the eyes will go to that script. It's like a neonatal reflex of a small baby. You tap it under its feet, it will jump like this. It's the same thing which will happen when the script is near you. Just keep the keywords, that's all. The third thing is that if you have a presentation, please show it in presentation mode, not in editing mode. What you showed us is in the editing mode. And the fourth small suggestion I have for you is that please put yourself into the frame in such a manner that we can see your body language. We could see the expressions of your face, but we couldn't see your hands moving, your body moving, and that is a huge aspect of the speech, the body language. But having said that, I love the way you gave us tips on how to handle the issue, being available, being aware, and being open about it. You know, there's a very important aspect that we need to talk about it instead of shoving it under the carpet. And you brought it out so well towards the end of your speech. A fabulous speech, a pleasure to listen to it. Thank you so much.
Well done, Toastmaster PK there. Now I can very proudly say we don't just have prolific speakers, but also prolific evaluators as well. This is indeed a good show of the prolific role players here, I can say. Now, before I go ahead with the remarks of for the evaluators and the speaker, let us just quickly go with the poll for the evaluators and the speakers as well. Toastmaster Saeed, can you launch that? Thank you so much. So this is in front of you. The polls are in front of you. Please go ahead and vote for the one you feel was better. Toastmaster Fazil, just give me, just let me know whenever that's done, whenever you have the result. And for the best speaker, I think that is not needed. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Fazil.
We have tie now. There are 3-4 persons now.
So anyone who do not want to make this a difficult task for Toastmaster Fazil, please cast
we
your
got
vote.
the majority.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fazil. You can
no, again. why they are doing this? Again, we have that.
No problem. You have the last voting rights there with you. You can use your vote as a tiebreaker.
Very tough job.
It will be tough, right? You already heard both the speakers and the evaluators. So anyway,
I'll give the right to Aseel now. She is the host, so let her decide.
All right, so Aseel can
Aseel, one vote. So whom do you think?
Aseel, just go in the chat, right? Write it down on the chat.
Yes.
Don't just say it out loud. Thank you. So while we are doing that, no problem. I can go ahead with the evaluator and the speakers' recommendation and commendation. So both of the speakers here today were marvelous. Toastmaster Smita, as mentioned by your evaluator, your speech had that emotional connect that we all love to listen any kind of speech here. It wasn't a speech, as you already mentioned. It was your happiness project, and we all we all got connected through that as well. So we could just see that how you were emotionally involved in the speech. You had a very good voice modality there, and there's no doubt that even your evaluator has mentioned about that. The way you said few sentences, the pauses and the voice modality, it was pretty amazing. There were a few sentences where input, output, and the way you banged the door and few statements like that, where you just showcased your entire strength and even took the pause at the right moment. That really helped us connect with the speech. If I had to recommend you a few things, that would be whenever the speaker or the Toastmaster of the day says that the stage is yours, you can go right away and start the speech from there, because then it creates a good connection from the very beginning. So you could have just started the speech from Kolkata, 4th of July, 2021. Then go ahead with the letter that you're speaking. So that would have left a good, it would have given an overall good picture to your entire speech. We do not need to connect the pieces here and there. It would have just a complete show there. That is what that could have made it, that could have left a better impact on all of us. And now just one more small thing, was eye contact. In cases where you were very emotional, you were, I know, I can see on your face that you were pretty emotional about the speech, about the few instances. There you were looking here and there, and if you would have felt, I think my internet connection is unstable. Okay. But yeah, so if you could have just established a good eye connect with all of us in the frame towards the camera, that would have made us really more connected towards the speech and your emotions that we all could see. Right? Thank you. That was one of the most amazing speeches that I have recently heard. Toastmasters, as I say, Toastmaster Anupam has given us a trio of amazing Toastmasters here. Toastmaster Smita, Toastmaster PK, and Toastmaster Guneet, and we all could just witness all three of you in today's meeting. Thank you so much for that. Toastmaster Shefali, your evaluator Toastmaster PK was also on point with all the suggestions and recommendations that he gave to you. You were very good in voice modality. You had done a very good research on the speech. And even you ended your speech with the takeaways, with the conclusions and the solutions that you provided with all of us, that how we can go ahead and face this issue. And that was the whole, you summed up the speech pretty well. Now, I don't have any extra recommendations because they were mostly pointed out by your evaluator, just as in case if you were using the slides, you have used more illustrations, not just read out, because when we're using the slides, we don't read out the items written on it. It's not that, that is not the slides are for. It just they are there for to give us a good illustrations and to give us a visual representation of what the speaker is speaking. So if you could have just dealt that. I do understand a research driven speech are difficult, because there the most important thing is to establish a connect with the audience. If you could have just put in some pieces where you could have established a connect, like stories, not just in the beginning, but also examples. And data is good, the numbers are good, it's good for backing, but then a good connect is established when we use a lot of examples in the speech. If you would have incorporated few more examples, I believe your speech would have left a lot more impact on all of us here. Thank you, Toastmaster Shefali, for delivering such a nice speech there. Now, regarding the evaluators, they were on point, they were perfect. I don't have much to say for them. There's just one note to both the evaluators there, like when you have given such an amazing evaluation, please, you can also conclude give a good conclusion to towards your evaluation report by putting out what you said before in one or two sentences that will just conclude and sum up your evaluations. If you can include that, the speaker will remember what you have spoken in the entirety. Now that was for the speaker and the evaluators. Let us quickly go ahead with my role peers. We have timer of the day, timer Toastmaster Achal. Toastmaster Achal, would you like to give your timer report to all of us here? Toastmaster Achal,
yeah,
yes.
I'm ready with the report now. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So we have today we have two speakers like TM Smita Kotkar and TM Shefali Gupta. But like I think TM Shefali Gupta is qualified now, and TM Smita Kotkar was out of time, so she is not qualified for like today. And then we'll have the evaluators for both of the speakers. So both the evaluators are qualified. They are within the time frame, and they both are qualified. Now we'll go to table topics. So we have 6 table topic speakers, and all are qualified. They have completed their speak within their time frame. Yeah. So this is all from my side. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Achal, for that report there. Now let us go next with the table with the Toastmaster counter. which is Toastmaster Deepak there. So Toastmaster Deepak, are you ready to present the report?
Yes.
Thank you.
So today all the speaker and speeches were great, and it was a lot of learning today. And while playing the role of our counter, we can enhance our active listening skills. That is the most important thing when you are playing the role. And I think in today's mostly the speakers were fluent, and there are few speaker who uses the clutch words. Let me share my screen. This is the report. TM Aseel uses 4 hours, 1A, and rubbing her face on a regular basis. TM Devans, no hours, repeated words is so, and rubbing his nose also some 2-3 times. TM Manoj uses more than 10 hours, and he used repetitive words like with their like-minded people. TM Saeed also used 2 times here repetitive words. TM Anurag table topics 3 hours, 2 and repetitive words so or. TM Guneet 3 hours, so 2 times. TM Subham for the table topics 4 hours, and like she used the filter for this filler words. And TM Achal 4 hours. So this is my report, and it is recommended that in order to use, order to avoid this crutches, what we should use the proper and perfect pauses in place of them, so that then the speeches will be, I think, in a better way to present. And over to you. Thank you very much, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, that you have some really good observational skills, I must say. Thank you so much for that report. And let us go next to Toastmaster Guneet, who is the chameleon of the two. Toastmaster Guneet, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devansh. And I'm very happy to say that the word of the day was prolifically used by many of you. So Toastmaster Colonel Ray used it twice, Toastmaster Shifali used it once, Toastmaster Sunil used it once, and Toastmaster Devansh used it thrice. As I said, the speeches have been absolutely great. All the speakers were very, very good. So not many points, not very major points where bad usage of the language is concerned, but I'll start with the good usage. So some of the words that were used were humongous, metamorphosed, pensive, frenzy, gusto, meteorite, accolades. I think these are all used by Toastmaster Smita. And then phenomenal, furiously, habituated, inculcate, mesmerized, consummate, refrained. So these are few of the very good words that were used today in the speeches. Some good phrases that were used was, I was neither same nor sane. A beautiful, beautiful sentence. The whole family woke from the slumber. I reveled in your arms. These were the phrases used by Toastmaster Smita. Toastmaster Shifali used long-term negative effects on present and future, steering clear of them. He or she should follow suit, be straight on strict topics. And then there were some others like whole lot of gamete, neonatal reflex of a baby. This was used by Toastmaster Ray. It actually had that punch of what he meant to say. And again, by him shoving it under the carpet. So a wonderful usage of language today. And the idiom of the day was used only by Toastmaster Sunil. So a huge round of applause to him for that. And there was a quote used by Toastmaster Shifali by Mahatma Gandhi: strength doesn't come from winning. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that's strength. I think it was a beautiful quote, appropriately used where it was needed. Now, I'll just talk about a few recommendations to improve the language. There was a term used, scientifically books. Actually, should have been scientific books. Who here heard of that? Should have been who here has heard of that. Then whenever we speaks should have been whenever we speak. So the speaker is clearly understand, could have been said, so the speaker clearly understands. The pronunciation of gigantic is actually gigantic. We want to be blessed, could have been said, we want to be blissful. Okay. Voice modality is actually voice modulation. That is how you say that. And small habits could have been said, as little habits. Keep my mind to calmness level could have been said as keep my mind calm. Swept my feet away should have been I was swept off my feet. Emotions that was, because emotions is plural, so it should have been emotions that were. And empathetically, a message, a better way to say it is empathetic message. So that is from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator, General Devansh. Thank you.
I'm still not a general Devansh there, Toastmaster Guri. I'm a general evaluator. And thank you for that amazing grammarian report there. I must say, like, let's all just give a round of applause to Toastmaster Guneet, because I don't know, we really need some good observational listening skill to deliver a report like that. Thank you, Toastmaster Guneet, for that report. Now, I'm mostly done with all the tag team and role play. So I think we can go ahead and have the polls for the tag team as well. Toastmasters, yes, okay, here it is. Pretty fast, our presiding officer and tech master. So whenever we are done, just let me know if we have the results. Meanwhile, I'll just continue speaking because I don't have much to add to the tag team's report. They were pretty good in their job. There's a few things that we should all learn from, I must say, Toastmaster Deepak, as he has handled his report. He not only mentioned the crutch words, but he also told us how to improve on those. And initially, he also mentioned why is this role so important. So that sums up the entire role of Toastmaster Deepak. Why is this role important? What skills are developed through that role? What are the crutch words and R's and Ums he found, and then telling us how to improve on those. So he just completely summed up the whole Toastmaster or the counter role there. And Toastmaster Achal and Toastmaster Guneet were indeed flawless in their report. Thank you for that amazing report. Now, I think we already have done the Toastmaster table topic evaluation by Toastmaster Shubham, and I heard last few evaluations, and they thank you, Shubham, for doing such an amazing job and making my job a little easier on that regard. Now, I'll just quickly go through the entire meeting, how I felt. Initially, when Manoj started, is Manoj here? Manoj, kudos to you. You took the first step, started the meeting, and did not stop. The best part was that you indeed said and completed your entire essay script. So well done on that. That is what we need here, right? That is why we are here, to get the opportunity and to go on the stage and speak. We'll get better any day, right? We'll get better with time. But the courage to be on the stage and complete your role is that what really matters. And Toastmaster Fazal, kudos to you, because you have been very motivating. You have taken Manoj, helped Manoj in that time, even in parts of the meeting when someone was confused, someone was not very sure how to go about that. You stepped in and explained. I heard explained the TMOD at time, explained the timer at time, and then you stepped in as a leader, and that really showed. So kudos to you on the presiding officer part. The role was conducted flawlessly. You called the guests, you invited the Toastmaster of the day, and and your smile and your enthusiasm does show like that you are involved in NVezion Toastmaster Club here. Toastmaster Aseel, as Toastmaster of the Day, thank you for taking up this role and putting us light with that book theme here. It is a very interesting theme. If I could have just seen your face in a in a better manner, in with a little bit of light there, I felt it would be really great. I'm still wondering how can one read physics, chemistry, and mathematics book, but then these are the books that you showed. I was wondering, does she really read those books? But you told us, right, that you are a fan of science, so it was quite surprising and interesting for me to know. These are the books that none of us here in India, I don't think, love. But then you showed that. So thank you for taking that amazing theme and connecting us with your style, right? If only I can suggest you few things, would be the one that I mentioned. If you can put your camera and put some light on your face, it would be great to see your face, because hearing your voice was very good. If you could have see you, your face, see the enthusiasm that you are, at times I felt it was there, but I could not see. That would be really amazing. Other thing, if I could mention, that I felt there was at times we are missing the transitions. The transitions were not as smooth as one can make it in a Toastmaster meeting. So if when you're calling different people, when you're moving from one segment to other, there was kind of break in the entire flow of the meeting. If you could have just make it more conversational, make it more interactive, then you would have filled that gap, or the piece that I felt was missing at times. But overall, it was a wonderful meeting. You really did well on that part. So thank you, Toastmaster C, for taking up the team role and doing that so very well. Now, the entire meeting was pretty good. It was an exciting meeting. I would really like to commend the executive committee of this club, where, because for the first time I saw the introduction PDF also shared with all of us. That was something I really wanted to, because I was pretty occupied and could not find time to connect with the speakers. But then at the last moment, I saw, okay, they have this introduction of the speakers of each role play available. That was really good. And also, one very interesting thing, you had the timer slides with the word of the day and the idiom of the day mentioned. I have not seen that anywhere before. It is really good idea. If you have copied it, I'm not sure, but then in applying that in a meeting is really good, because it does put an effect and makes you remember that this is the word of the day, this is the idiom of the day, and it's really very subtle way of doing that, right? So that was one very good part there, Toastmaster Faisal and the team who planned it. Now, regarding one's recommendation, if I have to give it to EC, is that you can work on the flow of the meetings, because I know we are planning and we are calling a lot of people from outside. And if we want to have a smooth meeting, we can just make sure that everyone is aware of the flow of the meeting, so that the meetings that everyone is on the same page and we have a smooth transitions between segments, right? So if major role players like me, Toastmaster Day, the table topic master, or the table topic evaluators can be guided with how the meeting is to be conducted, who is to call whom, and then who is to say the title. If that can be done in advance, even in the WhatsApp group, that will help in making this meeting very smooth and smoother than it was today. That is it from my side. One of the only things that I would like to mention to all the members of NVezion, that we are making the payment to Toastmaster. We are getting the membership because we all want to improve. If we follow those 4 pillars of Toastmasters, that is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. If we show integrity towards the role that we take, and what is integrity? Like there's one of my managers told me, Devansh, integrity is not something that you do when others are watching. It is something that you do when no one is watching, right? If we can follow that, if we can do things and take roles and do it with utmost integrity, respect everyone here, no matter how good they are, no matter how excellent they are or how bad they are, and have a sense of service, we'll for sure attain excellency. And with that, I would like to wrap up and give the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, if she is ready, or the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Faisal. Over to you, Aseel.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Great evaluation, and I'll try to add more light behind me. And like I said, it's still afternoon, so I might use the sunlight. So shall we use the poll and vote for the best role players? So, President?
On your screen.
Let me know when it's done.
Seventy-six percent. Okay. All right. I have the majority. I'm ending the poll now. Or back to you, Toastmasters.
Okay, thanks for having me over. Most of the time, because as an employee, I don't have much to do other than reading. I have too much free time. So I thought I'd kill the time here in Toastmasters. Thank you for helping me take advantage of the extra free time. Shall we announce the winners, President? Or should we hear from the guests first?
All right, if you want to take the feedback of our guests before I present the best players and speakers. Yeah.
We should give the guests a chance to send their feedback. Let me tell you guys quickly, like I said, thanks for helping me to use my extra free time here in Toastmaster, and hope I can join here again when I have the other time. Thank you, President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aseel, for taking up the TMOD job, and you have done a great job today. Kudos to you. Let me share the best speaker, Toastmaster Shefali Gupta. With huge round of applause, today's best speaker is Toastmaster Shefali. Thank you so much, ma'am, taking part and making this evening great for us. Best evaluator, Abhijit Roy, DTM Abhijit Roy. Huge round of applause for him. Thank you so much, sir, for taking part. Best role player, Devansh Srivastava, our general evaluator today. Thank you so much for giving us this great experience. And we will work on your pointers. Absolutely. We will improve in our next meetings. Thank you for your actionable feedback. Best auxiliary role player, Toastmaster Guneet Anand, our grammarian. Undoubtedly, thank you so much, ma'am, taking part and sharing good knowledge with us. Best tabletop speaker, Shefali. Again, thank you so much for taking part. That's all. The certificates will be shared through email or WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for giving me and giving us a lovely evening full of knowledge. We have improved our vocabulary, our language somewhere, and we have learned some communication styles as well today. So before ending the session, I would like to have some words from all of you, starting with the table topic master Sunil Kiprani. A few words about today's meeting, sir.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. It was a lovely evening with you all, and I enjoyed thoroughly with my table topics and all the role players and all the participants. Thank you so much. It was so nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I just want to add here one thing. I just want to say happy birthday to Toastmaster Smita's son today, right? We can just celebrate his birthday today.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to Smita.
Happy birthday.
I'll just
Many happy returns of the day.
Can we have his video on if he's there or no?
Smita, Toastmaster Smita is calling him. Yeah.
Yeah. So by the time he's coming. Oh.
Say thank you to everyone.
Happy birthday!
Many happy returns of the day.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
And it was a wonderful gift from your mom. She has dedicated this whole
You have to
meeting
give her
for
treat
you.
now.
Yes. I got a huge hug. He just came. The moment he finished, he rushed and he gave me a big hug. I said, yes, I got it.
May you have a blessed life, bache. God bless you.
Thank you, and
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Thank you.
Cherishing,
Thank you, everyone.
cherishing moment for us. Smita ma'am, few words quickly before moving.
It is always a pleasure coming here. And I really have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this day possible for me. I wanted to do something special for my son, and thanks to you, I was able to deliver it. Thank you so much. And I'm here always in this club whenever you need me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is indeed an honor for us having you here in our club. It improves our quality, and it is always great things to demonstrate our club quality. Thank you so much for making this happen. Toastmaster Shefali Gupta, ma'am, few words from you.
All I can say, you all are very kind. Thank you so much. And Toastmaster Saeed, I have said this previously and I will repeat today with the same emotion. You are a fantastic leader, a very good team leader, and there's a lot to learn from you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, all of you.
So much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
I'll second that. I'll second that. In fact, I really wanted to say that.
And I'll third that.
I noticed that from the beginning, it was so beautiful. It was so overwhelming.
Yes.
And I absolutely loved it. And I felt so
We've
proud.
been very fortunate to have a joint session with this club. And I noticed this from the word go that he's one man who you can just depend on for any moment, for everything. He was always there, although he was having a tough time that time. So thank you for those days and thank you for today, always.
This is for you. Toastmaster Saeed, this is for you.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much for the lovely words, ma'am. It is great to have those words from you. I'm really speechless now. Okay. So, Colonel Ray, man. Yes, sir. Few words quickly before we are ending this meeting. You are on mute, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for letting me come to this as the evaluator, and I enjoyed the meeting as I always do. NVezion Toastmasters meets are always great meets to attend. Thank you very much, and I hope to be here again.
Thank you so much, sir. No one is left, so I'm calling it a day. Thank you so much for the lovely treat to us. And see you on our next meeting. We have executive committee installation ceremony in our next meeting, and we will have some amazing roller coaster ride. Bye-bye. Have a safe time. See you.
Thank
then.
you. Stay safe, all of you. Bye-bye. Thank you once again.